Comer reveals hard to believe part of Hillary's deposition on Epstein. Of course it is, because she's lying. She's straight up lying. First, she act like she don't know, she never met Epstein or anything like that. She never been around Epstein, where the flight logs reveal something totally different, reveal the multitude of times that she's flown with Epstein, and flight logs showing that she actually went to Epstein Island, but she still continues her lies. But we're going to play the video. We're going to hear what Comer has to say about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. There you'll find a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Let's play the clip. Here we go.
Deposition has concluded. It's a shame that it took 7 months to get Ms. Clinton in.
I have just finished testifying. I answered every one of their questions as fully as I could. I never met Jeffrey Epstein, never had any connection or communication with him.
All right, so it's day one of the Clintons' testimony. Bill goes tomorrow. Hillary rushing to the cameras after testifying in the House Oversight's Epstein probe in her hometown today. Hillary did not take the fifth, to her credit. She answered every question and told lawmakers that she has no information on Epstein's crimes.
Sure.
And as you heard her say, she doesn't even recall meeting Jeffrey Epstein. Despite Epstein's partner in crime, though, by the way, Ghislaine Maxwell, being at their only daughter's wedding, which is an interesting little detail there. Hillary was asked about that tonight. She claims Maxwell was a +1. Then there's her husband's unusually close relationship with the convicted sex offender. He is expected to testify tomorrow. That should be quite interesting. The House Oversight Chairman, Congressman James Comer, joins us tonight from Chappaqua. And sir, it's good to have you on. Tell us what it was like with Hillary in the room.
Well, it was an experience, Rob. She couldn't recall many of the questions, especially with respect to the Clinton Foundation. That's why she was brought in. Obviously, there have never been pictures of her getting a massage by a young lady like her husband, or pictures of her in a hot tub. But there were a lot of references by Jeffrey Epstein about how involved he was in the Clinton Global Initiative. So,
yeah, he was super involved in the Clinton Global Initiative. In fact, he helped them create the Clinton Global Initiative, but she don't know anything about Epstein and didn't have any dealings with him. Full of crap. The emails say the exact opposite. Evidence shows the exact opposite.
when we asked her many questions about that, she would just say she wasn't involved with the Clinton Global Initiative. She was either in the Senate or she was running for.
Oh, she wasn't involved in the Clinton Global Initiative? Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh. I mean, just lies on top of lies on top of lies. My goodness. Oops. Rewind a little bit here. Wow.
With the Clinton Global Initiative. She was either in the Senate or she was running for president, and she just didn't have any recollection of any knowledge with Epstein's involvement in the Clinton Foundation.
Sure.
Yeah.
The Clinton Foundation is all over the Epstein files, but she happened to not know anything about it. Are you for real?
It's, you know, it tracks a little bit that, I mean, if Bill Clinton's going to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein and do what they do, you're probably not going to do that with your wife around or your.
But she flew on the plane and went to the island several times. So I don't give, she gets no bail. She gets no bail.
To hang out with Jeffrey Epstein and do what they do, you're probably not going to do that with your wife around or your wife with you. She was asked about her husband, Bill Clinton's ties to Jeffrey Epstein by a reporter when she came out. Take a listen to this.
The chronology of the connection that he had with Epstein ended several years before anything about Epstein's criminal activities.
That don't explain all of the pictures with him, the pictures with Clinton and young girls, Bill Clinton and young girls. It doesn't answer the question to why he flew to Pedo Island. It doesn't answer the questions to why there's pictures of Bill Clinton getting massages and stuff by young girls. It doesn't answer any of those questions.
Saying that, Bill hung out with Jeffrey Epstein, all that was before anybody knew how bad he was. Does that track chronologically?
Yeah, well, that's what she said. She said that many times. Of course, but then she said we needed to, do all this stuff with Trump. Well, Trump was the same way. He didn't talk to Epstein again after Epstein was convicted the first time. So, she said many times Epstein was a con artist because we asked, and I asked specifically, how was he able to surround himself with the most powerful people in the world, the richest and most powerful leaders in countries around the globe? And she said he was a con artist. That's exactly what Lex Wexner said.
Well, if she don't know the dude and haven't hung around him or anything like that, how does she know he's a con artist?
Hopefully we'll get more witnesses that will be more forthcoming. But, we asked her a lot of questions. That's why we prefer the deposition form. If it had been a committee hearing, we might have asked her 50 to 75 questions. Today, we probably asked her 600 or 700 questions. So it was a very substantive interview. And a lot of times she said, you'll have to ask my husband that question. So we've got a lot of questions that she deferred to her husband for tomorrow.
She did say she said it was quite redundant. That was the reason, because she slammed you guys for not wanting to do this publicly and in the committee and do it on television the way we typically do these things. Is that the reason that you wouldn't get as far?
Look, it's going to be public. Everybody will see the video within the next 24 hours. The transcript will be released once her attorneys approve it. So for all practical purposes, it was public. And it was ironic, she wanted a public hearing and she was asked in that press conference afterwards, do you want to have a public hearing? Because I told her she's more than welcome to come in front of the Oversight Committee. She said, no, I'm finished. I've had enough of the Oversight Committee.
Right.
Yes.
So
well, let's talk about
the deposition's going to be public.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We'll see it soon, in the next 24 hours. Talk for a second about, Bill's been on the plane. I believe Bill's been to the island. Is that...
Both of them
you
been
have
to
that
the
confirmed?
island.
He's been to Epstein's island. I'm not sure what she said about that. She obviously believes that nothing untoward happened with her husband. What are your biggest questions for Bill Clinton tomorrow?
Well, obviously Clinton invited him to the White House 16 times while he was president. Bill Clinton flew on the plane 27 times with him post-presidency. So there are pictures of Clinton with Maxwell in a awkward setting. So there's a lot of evidence that Bill Clinton knew Maxwell and Epstein very well. He's not going to be able to plead ignorance like Secretary Clinton did today. There's hard evidence that he spent a lot of time with Jeffrey Epstein. So this deposition is going to be a lot more interesting tomorrow than the one was today.
Did you? And my final question, real quick: did you believe Hillary today?
No.
It's hard to believe she had no involvement whatsoever in the Clinton Global Initiative, in the Clinton Foundation. She said that so many times. And, in speeches and interviews she's given over the last decade, she talks about how involved she was with the Clinton Global Initiative. And that's why we deposed her, because Epstein cited many times in emails his close involvement with the Clinton Global Initiative. So I guess we're going to have to ask Bill Clinton those questions tomorrow, and we will, plus a whole lot more.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see Bill Clinton's excuses. But y'all let me know what y'all think about all this. Do y'all think Hillary Clinton is lying? You think she's telling the truth? Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.